Okay, welcome traders. Now, identifying the trend, then look for entry levels. Now, this topic has come about. I've been getting a bunch of questions around, we're looking at the current markets. And if you look at the hourly charts, let me just come across, and you're like, Brad, where do I get in? Where do I get in here? Okay. Well, the answer is it's a bit twofold, right? There are trend lines developing here, which I'll draw some in a second, and you'll start to see them. But the first thing you need to do is just identify the trend. Okay, where are these things actually going? And keep a little journal or blotter on your desk so you can actually sort of see it. Now, once you do this and you go to the longer time frames, you can generally see what's happening, right? And then what you can do, okay, is wind back the time frame, like the amount of data on your screen, and you can see sort of a bit more clearly, right? So dollar Swiss was in a big downtrend. It's now sort of correcting upwards. And if I do that across the board, this will give you a very clear idea of where everything is going, the long-term trends. All right. So if I just go across the charts, I'll just get those working. Okay. So then you can come back and assess, right? The top ones, the dollar has actually continuing to go upside, right? You look at the downside here, and I mean, I've got a bit of a horizontal line here on euro that I've drawn. That's sort of, I mean, it was going up and sort of drifting sideways. Now it's starting to break down, right? So the things haven't really gone yet. Sterling is right on a trend line. Aussie's right on a trend line. And then you got Kiwi, which is probably just punched through that. So you look at the top ones, and I'm like, well, there's no real, I can't see any definitive at this point, right, levels to get in on these ones, right? Don't forget, we're looking for the best technical setup. So when I look at these bottom ones, I'm like, okay, let me just clear the chart here. Euro looks like it's got potential. Sterling's got potential. See how the market, and I haven't drawn these trend lines just to fit the situation for those people who sort of think that that's what we do. We actually don't. What you've got, let me just clear that one up. We've got some levels here, and this tells a bit of a story, right? When you're looking at the market, feel like it's a lot of common sense involved here. This thing, like at euro, look, and the market, sterling and Aussie, focus on those three, like they've come down a fair way, and the market looks like they don't want to push them at this point, right? There's three levels there. They are ready to go down. Now, the market, I still don't think believes that the dollar is going to persist in going up, right? Fundamentally, that's where we're at. We're at a crossroads. So the market's waiting for that big dollar news that sends the dollar skyrocketing. And then that's where we get into these trades on the downside. So identifying the trend first is most important. So here I would be sort of saying, yep, potentially down. These things are just sort of breaking water. It's like putting your toe in a cold lake. You're like, oh, I don't know if I want to get in yet. You know, this is not looking particularly great, a bit chilly. That's what we're looking at the moment. Then identify the trends, then come over to the hourly chart, right? And then you can start to piece it together. Now, I just went through, like, I was looking at dollar Swiss, dollar index, dollar yen, and dollar CAD. They're well above levels. They will start to form some levels going forward. But overall, we saw euro was sort of treading lower, right? Sterling trying to get lower. Aussie right on that trend line. So what you want to do here is try and isolate potential entry levels. Now, some of these trend lines have broken, so we can get rid of them. I'll leave this one here just so I know where the old level was. Now, what you're doing is to find the entry levels to get into these trends, you're actually starting to draw trend lines. You should have already done this, right? I left mine a little bit blank for this presentation. So this is what we're dealing with, and this is good because it starts to clear up the path for you. You can actually start to see, right, I've got the bigger trend. I know what's going on here. And if I start, what I would do is I'd start at the top here. You draw your trend line across there, right? And I know there's another one here. This is how, it's like a fanning process, how you draw your trend lines. Make sure you find the right one that finally goes down here. And if I get on that, then we've got a trend line, right? This is where you're looking for levels. Now, ideally, as I said, you're looking for that last little push to the downside. These things look great, right? Now, great for two reasons. One, they are right on sort of long-term support trend lines. Let me get that one there. And that means if we got data that was a little bit off, as in like, say, not good for sterling, it goes down. If it's not good, if we get strong US numbers, it goes down. At the same time, if we got some sort of really big news, and this is what generally happens when the dollar starts to have a bit of a run, you get one big news event and it turns everything. All these instruments will be like 150 points higher pretty quick. So let me just get this last one. Oh, sorry. There we go. I've done it. Okay. So just coming back, you identify the trend, right? And you're looking for trading opportunities. Do I look to get long here was another common question. I'm like, no, you don't. You're actually you're not trying to get every cent out of the move, right? These things are, by the way the dollar looks on the top side, okay, there's free room to move. It looks like it's pretty good. So would I be trying to sort of pick the bottom here or the top of the dollar? Not really. I'm just waiting to see what happens. These two, sterling and euro, look like they're already broken. Aussie's sort of on the edge. So then you come back and have a look at your hourly charts and you're like, wow, I've got these gorgeous resistance trend lines. Okay, they're pretty short term, right? There's like a week in that. So they're stretched, but that's what they are. And they are suggesting we keep heading south, which is what I think. I still think when I look at that, I'm like, the trend's your friend. These things are not bouncing. They're just coming back to like the trend line and they are looking to go lower. Get your mindset for the move from the long-term charts, which is potentially down. So that's what I'm looking for, potentially down. The fact that they're not going far and we're drifting in towards a Friday makes it a bit harder. So use one extra thing to try and work out the sort of trade here. Come into the calendar, right? Get the calendar up and start to piece together where's the next opportunity there. Okay, coming into Thursday, we've got Aussie employment numbers. Okay, that could be the catalyst for the move down. All right, and if you're on that calendar and you're not sure about what's going on, have a look at the various instruments. I'm just going to cross check because that doesn't look like it's lined up. No, they're just not pulling the right data. I'll get onto this straight after this because I want this to be lining up. And what I mean by that is it should pull the data here for the majors straight off the signals page, and then you can work out if it's stronger, which ones do I get into, right? So I'll do that in a minute. But when you've got, so you look at the long-term trend, just to recap, right? Work out where the trend is going. Okay, for me, euro, sterling, Aussie. Well, Aussie's probably right on the edge. Euro and sterling are breaking down. That's what I can see. And the dollar's going up against mostly everything else. Then you come in and try and work out where do you get in, right? We've got some trend lines here. The market's short. You might see a squeeze. What can help us out? Well, a fundamental number like the Aussie employment can actually do it for us. Give us twofold, right? It's right on support. So if this, it has to be really weak. If it's really weak, we get that drive down below that trend line. There'll be a stop loss run, right? That's what we're looking for. If it's really, really good, well, we're fighting the downtrend. It might go up a little bit, but it's not going to go far. The trade is the downside, right? So just look for weaker numbers. And why do I say the downside? The long-term trend, it's about to be breaking down. So I'm looking to go with that trend. As I said, the current short-term trend is down. So if we get stronger numbers, yeah, it's going to go up, but not much because momentum is already pushing it down. Okay, makes sense? All right. Well, that's pretty much it, right? There's not much to it. You just, when you are trying to look for trading opportunities on your hourly charts, it can be somewhat problematic. Come to your daily charts, find the big overall trend. That tells you the side to look for. All right. So in that case, if you are looking for opportunities, right, looking for the Aussie, okay, there's another shortcut here. you just come into the Aussie and find which ones are going down. And as you can see at the moment, there's a bit of discombobulation with this move. Okay, so it's not easy. So when you're looking at the market, you've got the Aussie employment numbers. You should be sitting there going, you know what? I have a general rule myself. I look at it, if there's nothing 100% lined up, like both going down or both going up, I'm going to let this one go through to the keeper because it's too hard. What you're fighting is a market that is undecided, and that is not cool. All right. So it won't stop me looking at the numbers as they come out, but it will stop me trading them. Okay. All right. Well, that's where we are, guys. Let's just see how it plays out. But any questions there, Stephen?
No, mate, all good. All good.
Good man. Good man. I'll get this up on the side. Actually, I meant to tell you on the Trade Hub page, if you just scroll down, you'll find these videos down here. Okay. But I'll make some videos shortly and explain the whole thing because I've made some amazing changes here to the live signals. This is completely following the pre-trade routine now, where you've got direction, you've got momentum, and you've got support and resistance levels. All righty. More to come with that. Have a great day, and I'll catch up with you soon.
Cheers, Brad.